From the national newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm Jason White. Police in downtown Vancouver say they have shot a suspect who stabbed a number of people. Video shows officers aiming their guns inside a convenience store and firing at least 10 times. A stun gun held by an officer appears to have already been fired, with the wires trailing over the store's counter. Another video shows 2 people being wheeled away on stretchers, with a firefighter performing chest compressions on one of them. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau says his main rival can't help himself from playing politics amid U.S. President-elect Donald Trump's tariffs threat. Trudeau is once again asking political opponents to set aside partisanship and take a Team Canada approach.
That's certainly what we were able to do as a country 8 years ago. Unfortunately, this basic Canadian attribute seems unavailable to that leader of the opposition who can't help himself on playing politics with Canadians' well-being.
Trump is threatening to impose 25% tariffs on all Canadian imports unless more is done to stem illegal border crossings and drug trafficking. Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre continues to say the Trudeau government has left the border in disorder. The head of Canada's diplomatic service says he's cleared the air with other countries' diplomats about what constitutes foreign interference. Deputy Foreign Affairs Minister David Morrison tells the Canadian Press the ongoing inquiry into foreign interference may have created uncertainty. He says some other countries may have a higher tolerance for foreign interference than Canada does. In the United States, United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson has been shot and killed on the street outside a Manhattan hotel. New York City Police Commissioner Jessica Tisch says Thompson was struck at least once in the back and once in the calf.
50-year-old Brian Thompson, the CEO of United Healthcare, was shot and killed in what appears, at this early stage of our investigation, to be a brazen, targeted attack. This does not appear to be a random act of violence.
Police say the gunman appeared to be lying in wait for several minutes before approaching Thompson from behind and opening fire. The shooter remains at large. Air Canada says it will bar carry-on bags and impose a seat selection fee for its lowest fare customers in the new year.
Starting January 3rd, Air Canada says passengers who opt for its basic fare on trips within North America and to sun destinations will have to check any duffel bags, rolling suitcases, and large backpacks for a fee. It's $35 for the first bag, $50 for the second. A small personal item will be allowed on board for free. The airline also says lower-tier customers will have to pay if they want to change their assigned seat. Air Canada says the changes align its fare structure with similar ticket options from other Canadian carriers. Michelle Zedekian, The Canadian Press.
This is The Canadian Press. In sports, the Toronto Maple Leafs are home to the Nashville Predators in NHL action tonight. The Maple Leafs have won 6 of their last 7 games and enter tonight's contest with a narrow lead over the Florida Panthers for top spot in the Atlantic Division. The Leafs are the only Canadian NHL team in action tonight. The Montreal Victoire are home to the New York Sirens in Professional Women's Hockey League action tonight. The other PWHL game tonight sees defending Walter Cup champion Minnesota visiting Boston. The Winnipeg Blue Bombers have signed American linebacker Tony Jones to a 2-year contract extension. The 6'2", 235-pound player out of Texas Tech signed with the Blue Bombers June 9th after being released by the Edmonton Elks during training camp. He had 60 total tackles over 12 regular season games and started for Winnipeg in the Western Division Final and the Grey Cup. Kingsley Jones is stepping down as coach of the Canadian men's rugby team after 7 years on the job. From the Canadian Press, I'm Jason White.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.